So today we're going to make some pickled eggs. Um, I'm not really following any sort of recipe or anything. This is just the way I do it. I haven't done it in quite some time, but it's just because I've been a little too busy. So I figured, I'll throw a video together. Eggs are a great source of protein. Um, and pickled egg, if you like pickles or sauerkraut or anything like that, um, they're just fantastic. So if you like eggs and you like pickles, I put them together. Now I make a spicy pickled egg. This is my brine here. You can see there's a lot of stuff down in the bottom there, and that's all my spices. Garlic powder, some cayenne in there. There's old juice from jalapeno jars, so the sliced jalapenos that you get in the store. So there's some of those in there that basically it just adds to the heat as these things age over about a week. I'm not going to make a whole ton. I don't eat a lot of eggs, but this is a good way to store them for a long time. So I'm thinking about doing 9. 9 would be a good fit. Pretty much everything I need is already set out. Let me get one more tool right here. Now, normally in the bowl that I have over here, you would have ice water. I don't have ice cubes right now. I haven't made any in a while, so we're not going to use ice cubes, but we're going to use quite a bit of cold tap water, and we're going to shorten our cook time just a little bit. Now, you can use a timer like this if you have one. I have my watch, which is what I'll use, a bit more accurate. If we wanted a 10-minute egg, and we don't have ice water, because the whole point is if you have some ice water that you're stopping the cooking rather quickly. Since I don't have ice cubes, they're going to continue to cook for a bit longer than they would if there was ice water here and we had this nice and cold. So the idea is to actually, if we want a 10-minute egg, we may take them out at 8 minutes and put them in there. I'll probably serve for about 9 or 8.5. Just give me some time to work and hit about 9 minutes, and then they should be perfect. So the first thing we do is start off with a cold pot of water. You can, and I have, hard-boiled eggs in an already boiling pot, but you're going to come up with some issues right off the bat. One is you will have eggs that crack, and that's never fun. Oh, screw it. I'll throw in one more just for the hell of it, so 10 eggs. And when they crack, you can get the white coming out into the water and making a mess, and you end up with kind of a poached egg. It's not fun. But I have used that method before to make soft-boiled eggs, which is going to be another video completely because I love soft-boiled eggs. And it seems like some people don't even know that they're safe to eat. It is the craziest thing. They will order a sunny side up egg, but if you give them a soft-boiled egg, they want to make sure that it's safe to eat. It's like, what? 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 Anyway. Oops. Looks like we got a little bit of smoke here. So, what we're going to do here is let these cook. And then, when they're done, we will come back. Another thing to know, you don't start the timer until the water starts to boil. So, anyway, have fun watching. There's 2 different camera angles, and I'm sure I'll choose one or the other, so anyway, have a good time. Okay, as you can see, the water is boiling, timer's been started. Now all we have to do is just kind of wait for the time to cut up. Now, one thing that we don't want is the eggs to hit a really hard boil, and they kind of did. I had to go to another room. We don't want them to bounce around too much and break. So, I just turned it down just a little bit from about high to, medium high. Oh, looks good. Now it's getting close to the time to when I'm going to take them out. So the bowl of water comes closer so that I can move them. Get my tool ready. "30 seconds to go." There we go. I love a spider for taking things out of boiling water or hot oil. It is exactly what it's made for. As you can see with this one, I can get 4 eggs at a time. Now, turning off the stove. Remember that that's hot. Put that on the back burner. And now we just let the eggs cool. I'd say anytime between 5 and 20 minutes. Not very hot, actually. Already getting there. So, you may wonder how you check to see if a hard-boiled egg is done. Well, there's a good way to show that. And just give me a second and I'll get set up and we'll demonstrate. Okay, so here I have 2 eggs, one of which is hard-boiled and the other one is not. They look pretty similar. How can I tell them apart? Well, temperature is one way. One's warm, the other's cold, coming out of the fridge. But there is another way. If I take this egg and I spin it, and then put my hand on it and let it go, you can see that it retains no rotational energy. That one's a hard-boiled egg. How do I know that? Because this one is not. Doesn't even want to spin, actually. But you see that if I put my hand on it, it continues to spin. Whereas this one does not. Right? It rolls around a little bit. Let's see if I can get a better egg that might actually want to spin. see it continues after you pull your hand off. So that's how you can tell a hard-boiled egg from a non-hard-boiled egg. Now that the eggs have cooled down for a while, another thing is cracking the eggs. Now I could put these in the fridge for a while and all that stuff, but I just want to get this done. So here we have our brine. That is standard dill pickle juice with some pickled jalapeno juice, cayenne pepper, garlic powder, black pepper, some salt. Actually, I think I have forgotten to add the salt, now that I think about it. I didn't make any measurements on the salt. Some might have just noticed. And that's because I do a lot of my cooking by feel. I've done this a lot over the years. I've never had a batch come out bad. I've never gotten sick from anything like this before. They are kept in the refrigerator. This is not a shelf pickle or something like that. Really, they'll probably be done after they're probably ready about 3 days. But if you leave them for a week, they're just that much better. Yeah, the only other thing that's been added to this pickle juice, other than the spices and the salt that you just saw there, is some distilled vinegar, just to raise the acidity up a little bit more. So, my way of peeling eggs, I used to have to peel hundreds of boiled eggs a day when I worked in a large kitchen. And so we got really used to doing it. In fact, at one point I could do 2 at a time, one in each hand. It's been many years since then. I'm not even going to attempt it anymore. And these are pretty fresh eggs, which means that they're not going to peel very well. In fact, they may be a large pain in the ass to peel. But we'll go ahead and do it anyway. You can see I've lost some of the white on this one, and that is because newer eggs will stick to their shells. Not a big deal though, it's still edible, isn't it? So I like to give them a rinse in water just to make sure there's no shells, and then plop in the vinegar. And you can just throw your shell wherever. My trash can needs to go out tonight, so I'm not going to put them in there. That is the method. Oh no. Well, you know what? I actually don't care that this one opened up. I'm just going to throw it in there anyway. Now, because of displacement, started to run out of room in the jar. So sometimes I like to top up my vinegar after I put the eggs in. the last one. Now, these go into the fridge, and they don't get disturbed for a week. All right, so it's been a little bit longer than a week. I think it's been closer to 2, but the eggs are done. So we can take one out and take a look at it. You can see they've sank a little bit. They're not pushed up near the top of the brine anymore. That usually happens. Take the top off, smell them, make sure they don't smell real weird. Nope, they smell like pickled eggs. Yeah, they're supposed to be that color. They'll take on the color of the brine that they're in. So this brine is green, so they come out green. You can also pickle eggs in beet juice and a few other things. I've even seen them done in, well, I guess it's normal pickles with Kool-Aid, but yeah, beet juice, they'll turn red. It's kind of interesting. So they have a much more rubbery feel. They're very, very firm. And that's from the vinegar. Like these can stay in there quite a bit longer. What you really want is the greenness here to get inside a little bit more. But we'll taste it anyway and see how it is. A lovely texture, nice and tart, kind of salty. They're just fantastic. I love them. Yeah, that's a good egg. I want them to be a little bit spicier next time. So after these are gone, I'm gonna make some more brine. Which actually, the next video on pickled eggs will be from scratch, and those will be much more to my liking, I think. But yeah, these are pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, just great flavor. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, all that stuff if you feel like it. Leave a comment. I don't get any comments, so I can legitimately say I read all my comments. But if you feel like leaving a comment, go ahead and do it.